Resource, you know, and we had a school at one point. Poor Norman walked in at the wrong time. It was just when the school's saying, "I need something, I need it done within 5 minutes," and so yeah, he's a fantastic support. So, as most of you guys know, networking, everything, the language of our business, being technology, is networking, and we have to know networking well. As much as networking is important, equally we've got power distribution, which is obviously a lot of this low voltage power running over networks. So many times you get undone with power. Maybe it's a non-standard power, maybe it's .AF, AT. So it's one thing that we've really got to know backwards. All right, without further ado, I'll pass you across to Norman.
I'm Norman from Edimax. I think a couple of you guys already present to you last year. This year I'm going to bring you something new, okay? But because some guys still not heard about our brand and our product before, so the first half presentation, I still will tell you about what's Edimax and also what the PoE means, what the PoE switch can do for you.
So the benefit of the camera, can you sit on the other side?
Okay, sorry. And then, but the second half, I'm going to show you something new, and which is something in the market you never see. Okay, but we'll be the first one. Later on, I think there will be many followers. So the first half for someone would feel boring, but I try to be fast. But I will focus more on the second part. And then if you have any questions during the presentation, just raise your hand. And the more questions means that I can tell you more about those products or even those knowledges. Okay, so let's start.
No, you're fine there, you're fine.
Sure. Okay. A little bit background about Edimax. Edimax is not a brand new start. The company, we are the 30 years old networking companies, and we have 20 branch office worldwide, and we sell into 75 countries. We have more than 300 distributors, and we have 3 major brands on the branding side, which is Edimax, which is doing the Soho, Edimax Pro, doing the SMB business, and also we have a Smart, which is doing the IoT and the home automations. And we are the ranking about number 35 in Taiwan. We are a Taiwan-based company, and within all the brands in Taiwan, we are within 35. And in the IT segment, we are within the 10 top brand. Okay, and this is something about Edimax. We founded in 1986, and we are ISO 9001, 14001 company. We are also a public listing company in Taiwan. And currently we have 1,500 employees. We have 4 different groups. Edimax is doing the branding, okay, and we have a contract group. Contract group is doing the ISP equipment, like those MBA infrastructures. They also do involve. And also the S-Link is doing kind of OEM, ODM products. So some similar products, different brand they may sell in Europe or in US. S-Max is a subsidiary doing a smart home device, and like IP cameras, sensors, and so later I'm going to tell you more about the smart business. This is our core value, simple. Integrity, quality, and service innovation. Integrity is always the first. And we try to present Edimax products within all the trade show, and also we try to submit our products to one of those awards. So currently we won many awards from Taiwan Excellence Award, IF Award, and the Radar Awards. Okay. Okay, this shows you geographically. We have many branch offices worldwide, about 20 branches worldwide. And this is how our branch office. We have a branch office in Melbourne, in Mount Waverley. Okay. And we try to join all the events, trade shows. And we have 4 major product lines within the IT segments. Okay, the right hand side on top, that is Soho products, Wi-Fi USB cable, Wi-Fi USB adapters, routers, and access point range extenders. And also right hand top button, we also have a high-end solutions for SMB Wi-Fi. And then we also have a SMB switch. Within the SMB switch, we focus on more those PoE applications. So we try to emphasize we have a more solution for PoE infrastructures. And then left hand side, the bottom one, the smart solution, we have a smart plug, light bulb, and also IP camera, those products. But today, we only focus will be the left top hand side, SMB solutions, and also we focus on PoE solutions. Okay, we are the professional PoE solutions, and we always tell you the difference between our device and others. And all our PoE switch, they are PoE plus. So this is the first thing you might need to know. What's the PoE plus and PoE? But we always, all Edimax PoE switch, they are PoE plus. Okay, what's the difference between the PoE and the PoE plus, and what's it stand for, and what's real things inside? Okay, the PoE means the A0. They follow the standard IEEE A02.3 AF. Normally people talk .3 AF, and then provide a 15.4 watt maximum of each port. This one calls the AF standard. The second one is PoE plus. PoE plus provides 30 watts per port, and people normally call the .AT solutions as well. Okay, PoE and then PoE plus. So normally people, all the PoE, they tell you that they can provide PoE power, but Edimax is PoE plus. Okay, and the PoE and then PoE plus means the difference between the PoE standard one compared with the passive one means that the passive PoE always, the standard PoE always communicate before they provide the power. Okay, which means safer. So two devices, they comply with the standard. Always the first thing they will communicate, handshake. They check which voltage you are using, how much watt you need, then transmit the power. But for the passive, the traditional passive, they won't communicate. They straight away pass the power to the other device. So sometimes passive device, you need to make sure they work before they use it. Okay, so that's the reason the standard come in, because my brand and your brand, as long as they follow the standard, they still work. Okay, so we try. Of course, we'll tell you try to use the standard more, because this is hassle free. With the passive, you always need to check before you use it. Okay.
I'll make just a point on that one for our guys. In our IP camera ranges, we have the IP8 INK kit. So that's the 8-port IP kit. That uses a passive PoE standard, or passive PoE type. So there's no communication backwards and forwards, versus our normal cameras, our DM30 IPs and so on, use proper PoE, so they can switch into and plug into everything. As far as the customer goes, the IP8 kit is just easy just to plug and play. But with the other ones, you can do a lot more and communicate a lot better backwards and forwards as well. So.
Yeah, so try to make sure within the, so passive PoE is okay to use, but try to make sure they are within the package, and then make sure they work before, make sure they work before you start to operate. Okay. There's two major cell application they are using the PoE switch, which is the left hand side, the wireless AP. Okay, and the middle one, which is the PoE IP cameras. Those two major categories are using the PoE switch. Okay, this table shows you the basic idea what they will need. Okay, PoE and the PoE plus. Okay, PoE means AF standard. PoE plus means AT standard. Normally they can provide 30 watts, and this one can provide 15 watts. Okay, and the switch comes with two different spec, Gigabit or 10100. So the combination just like this. Okay, so the most popular one flow into this part, which is a 10100 with AF standard. Okay, so within this part, they have VoIP and also the CCTV IP cameras, and also you will see more and more IP intercom. They also follow the AF standard, and they only need 10100 speed. Okay, and this second popular segment will be this one. Okay, as you can see, Ubiquiti and also other Cisco and also Cisco Cinnamon Wi-Fi AP, they normally will require higher power and the gigabit, depends on the size. Okay, but certainly they will only use the gigabit switch. Okay, try not to close sell, otherwise you will lose the sales. Why? Because when you sell the high-end solution to those guys, they'll see their price is too high. Okay, but if you sell this one to those guys, they say it won't work. Okay, so please remember the first thing very important, which means that whenever you have sales coming to you about Cinnamon Wi-Fi, always sell them a gigabit PoE switch. Or if you have a customer coming from the IP camera intercom or the SIP, the VoIP phone, they always goes to 10100. Okay, try not to sell gigabit unless they want. Okay, this is the examples. Okay, this is currently your hot selling item, IP cameras. Okay, they only require 10100 speed. Okay, so try to sell them a 10100 switch with PoE. Okay, and normally for those two applications, the watts, the PoE power, normally around 8 to 10. So it's much less than 15. So normal PoE switch can provide a PoE power to them already. So try to sell 10100 with AF standard to those two applications, like IP camera you're selling, and also IP intercom are getting more popular. They are all using 10100 with AF standard PoE switch. And what's the switch then? This is the PoE switch Edimax sell here. Okay, this one is the most popular one. ES-100APL. Please remember this part number. And this one is just like this. All the ports, there are 8 ports, 10100 ports, and all the ports provide PoE. And you don't need to worry about how many ports no PoE. All the Edimax, this one is all the PoE ports. Okay, this to come with two different series. Firstly, 75 watts the PoE, and also the full watts with 150 watts. And what they can do is different. Whenever your application is 8 watts, they can provide up to 8 port. If the application is 15 watts or above, the different ports, different power budget. And if your application is 30 watts, normally you won't be able to see too many 30 watts application, but still can provide 4 port and 2 port. So normally you call 30 watts is PoE plus. Okay, so for these cameras, for this PoE switch, whenever your customer come to you, simply introduce this product to them. Easy, no mistake, because all the ports can do PoE, and they can provide the 8 watts to each port. So don't worry, just sell them this one. Okay, unless they require higher power budget, then sell them the second one. Okay, and some of the installers, some of the installers come back to you is about they want solutions. So the difference between this slice and the slice before is this one's WebSmart PoE switch 10100. Also, it works with those CCTV and the intercom solutions. Okay, the WebSmart switch depends on the difference between WebSmart switch and the dump switch. There's two major things for installers for them. Firstly, okay, they need remote logging. Okay, for dump switch they can't. Okay, for remote logging, it's very important because they can do the checking what happened and do the change in the setting. So for the smart switch, normally for those installer means remote logging. Secondly, they can do the power adjustment, do some VLAN tagging. Okay, VLAN tagging also means they can separate the traffic within the switch. So the two different type of installers. Okay, for easy job, they are doing a dumb switch. For the solution, they will do the smart switch. And the Edimax also have two solutions. This one is WebSmart. We have an 8-port, 16-port, and 24-port. Currently, we sell more about 16-port because there's not many vendors supply 16-port PoE switch in the market. Okay, so this is the PoE switch, the WebSmart PoE switch. Okay, it works with the intercom, CCTV, and also the SIP phone. VIP phone. Okay, the second major group, major market segment is, as I said, is SMB Wi-Fi. Okay, SMB Wi-Fi certainly the only one choice, which is a gigabit. Never try to sell 10100 to them. For those switch, it won't work. Okay, they will tell, oh, this is not what I want. Okay, gigabit switch is always what they are looking for, and also they come with three different power supply. Okay, three different PoE power. For the entry level, currently sell a lot. They might use the passive PoE. As I said, whenever you try to sell the passive PoE, use their own PoE switch then, because they might not work with any other PoE switch in the market. They might not work with a Cisco, TP-Link, or any Edimax. So whenever you use a passive PoE, then try to sell them the same solutions. Okay, then it's fine. Okay, but Ubiquiti also released the middle end or high end. Okay, middle end, which is the Ubiquiti AC Pro. This one, they already start to follow the standard. So then in this case, you can use any other different brand PoE switch because they follow standard. They always pass the power. They always communicate before they pass the power, so it's always safer. And also they currently release a high-end access point, which is Ubiquiti AC HD. They are using the 80 power. So for this, you require a higher power, PoE power, which is called PoE Plus. Okay, so you can see the PoE Plus demand getting higher and higher, and then not all the PoE switch in the market doing the PoE Plus, but Edimax, all the PoE switch, 10100 gigabit, they all supply PoE Plus. So simple. This is the image. Okay, so this is the second part of the major section they use in the PoE switch. Okay, so we have solution for that. Which is this one is entry level PoE switch, gigabit, 8-port. Okay, they are FNS, and also they are PoE Plus, gigabit. And the special function of this dump switch is not really dump. They can do the QoS and also VLAN. VLAN means the PoE-based VLAN. Okay, QoS. Whenever you turn on the this is a 4-dip switch, you can change the setting. When you turn on the QoS button, they always there will be depends on different application and give you the different speed. The higher the AV media stream and the voice always highest whenever you turn on the solution. When you turn on the dip switch of the QoS, they always goes to like this. Okay, for example, your application there's more IP camera or intercom or voice, then you might turn on the solution of the QoS. Then they will prioritize the traffic. Okay, make your traffic even smoother. Okay, the second one is PoE-based VLAN. PoE-based VLAN, when you turn on the dip switch, enable the PoE-based VLAN, then those 4-port, the front port, the 4-port, each port they won't communicate. Then why you need this function? Simple. whenever someone, the installers, okay, firstly, for PoE-based VLAN, they try to avoid broadcast storm. What is broadcast storm? Whenever someone, for example, some installers or someone, they forgot to change the IP address, they put two IP address into, they put same IP address into two different ports. Then simply they create a broadcast storm within their network. So some people, they forgot to change the IP address, okay? But whenever you turn on this function called VLAN, PoE-based VLAN, then they avoid those two ports to communicate. Then the broadcast storm will keep inside the port. So in this case, you will no longer be affected by those broadcast storm. So which means in this case, to prevent those users or installers, I forgot to change their IP. Okay, so so this advanced function to prevent something happen. Okay, so some people, they will try to turn on this function to make their network much safer. Okay, so this is dumb switch, but not really dumb. Okay, and also we try to add on more features, but offer you a same price. Another second part is the PoE switch with Gigabit PoE. Sorry, this one with a 24-port PoE Plus, provide 400 watts. This one is also web smart. So for some solutions, for some installers, they need the big size of the network. This one can do the job. 400 watts is really powerful. Okay, so what's the basic requirement to sell the PoE switch in Australia? There are two. Okay, firstly, you need to comply with the Australia ASEAN standard. So all the network switch need to have the ASEAN logos. Then secondly, your cable. You need to comply with the SAA standard. How to comply? Of course, you need to submit a test report. And then there's a three SAA marking on the plug, on the middle of lead, and also on the female parts. And then you comply with SAA. So Edimax, all the PoE switch comply with those two standards. So whenever you have project, don't worry, Edimax is always compliant. Okay, this is the first part of introduction. The second part, we are going to emphasize and tell you more about the PoE distance and the PoE qualities, and what people will facing those what's the question they will normally ask from those installers. Okay, firstly, those installers or your customer will always come back to you. What's wrong with PoE switch? Only this 50 meters distance, your camera is not power. What happened? They always come back to you. Other people, they can do 100 meters. Why your PoE or why your camera only do 50 meters? What happened? The first thing you need to tell them, use the better cable. Okay, so in able to take advantage those PoE switch, the power from PoE, you better to use or tell your customer better to use the pure copper cables. Then you can see the maximum PoE power and also distance. Try to avoid those CCA cables or CCD cables, because they will create a resistance, a huge resistance within the cable. So 50 meters, that's normal because you are using this cable. Okay, so tell your customers, try to use the pure copper cables, and your cables actually sell, which is the best, which is best to sell to use within the PoE application. Why? Because firstly, you are bare copper, you're using the pure copper. Secondly, your copper is thick enough, with a 24 AWG. It's much thicker than the standard one in the market. People normally use the 28 or 32, which is still not quite okay for the PoE switch, although they are okay. But the best one is a 24. Your cable is fall into this category. So whenever someone your customers or your installers have issue with the PoE distance or PoE performance, try to ask them to buy your cables then. Okay? Then it will solve the issue. What happens is, I already have cable. I cannot change it. How can I do? The cable is already there. There's no point to do another cabling. And then come to the solutions. This is I'm going to emphasize today. Our PoE switch come with new features. They can last the PoE distance from 100 meters to 200 meters. Okay, this is no one has it, only Edimax in the market. So again, this come with deep switch. You can change the different mode. Okay, whenever you change a long distance mode, then the PoE power and data will be able to transmit up to 200 meters. We've been done a test with pure copper. We do reach the result. Okay, so secondly, if your customer, so whenever your customer couldn't solve the distance issue or the PoE distance too short, think about Edimax. Our solution can provide us, our device will be able to provide a solution to them. Okay, so this one is the 200 meter PoE distance. This also comes with a function like PoE-based VLAN and also QoS. So although this is dumb switch, again, they are not really dumb, they are light smart switch. Okay, so we are going to transform our entry-level PoE switch to this level. We call it version 2, which is longer distance. So gradually we'll introduce this product to here, and they will be able to provide longer distance PoE. Okay, try to differentiate from other vendors, other solutions, and whenever you face a competition from other shop, and then we have a solution for you, and then you can sell this solution to your customers. And the second solutions, okay, so whenever your requirement or your customer need even further, how about 300 meters? How can you do? Okay, this Edimax also got a solution with the PoE extenders. Okay, it also hard to find this solution in Australia yet. You can get from US. Okay, so but of course they can get from here. Okay, so this is called the PoE extenders. How it does, PoE injector or PoE switch, from here to here is 100 meters. And then this device, you don't need to get any power source. We will extend the PoE to another 100 meters. You can daisy chain too, which means provide a solution up to 300 meters and still keep the performance like a gigabit speed and the AT standard. Okay, so this is another solution, which is quite okay for those SMB Wi-Fi because it still need gigabit speed, higher power. Then the combination, then sell them this one, which is the PoE extenders. Okay, and they won't be able to get from too many places. Radio Park can sell this solution to them.
So there won't be a drop in power at the end? Is the power capabilities?
Power capability is still high, but I forgot the real figures.
Still 80 at the end?
Yeah, it will be 80 and 80. Yeah, it will be 80 in the end.
Yeah, so you'd get the 30 watts at the end.
I forgot the total figures, but I will get back to you. I know it's some drop out, but not significant.
Because obviously this is repeating it and then...
Yeah, only daisy chain. Yeah, you only daisy chain to up to 300 meters. Still, at the end point of 300 meters, they still follow the standards.
Yeah.
So we've been tested. So, but I forgot to drop out how many percentage. If you want to know, I can provide you data, but I already forgot the figures. Yeah, but still, as I know, this compliance standards still. Yeah. Okay.
Does it need to go with your specific GP101
No.
to make it, or any PoE plus?
PoE plus. Make sure they are PoE plus.
That's fine.
Yeah, as long as they make sure they are PoE plus, they can daisy chain this device to up to 300 meters. Because our PoE injector, they are PoE plus and a gigabit speed. So that's the reason that we suggest they can use this one. Okay, so
That's great.
make sure you're again, because this one is gigabit speed as well. So whenever you have your customer try to use their own PoE switch, then ask them to use a higher, better one, which is Gigabit and PoE Plus. Then from all the way will be Gigabit. Okay, so this solution is a good idea to sell those SMB Wi-Fi solutions. Okay. How about if your customer want to further distance? How can you do? Yeah, we have fiber converters with PoE output. So the distance really depends on the fiber. So from 500 meters to 30 kilometers, depends on the fiber and also your cable. And this device can power by the 24 volt and the 48 DC or 24 volt AC. So it's easy to get the power for this device. And this is industrial grade, wide temperature, hardened design, pass the drop test. Okay, have a look. And then this solution will be able to provide a further distance. For example, your customer maybe have a big yard or farm. They still need the IP camera somewhere longer than 500 meters. Then this solution can do the job. Okay. So, okay. What happens? Your customers they don't want to use any wiring. Then we have a solution for the outdoor access point with PoE out. Okay, so this is a OAP 900, so they can do point to point up to 5 kilometers. Easy setup. If you want to professional setup, it can go to 10 kilometers. Okay, and then it's easy to set up. One end they can provide power to here, to your cameras. The other end, point to point, and transmit the data back to your house, your server. So this is a solution for those customers they want to do any wiring. So we also provide this solution to you. So which means that this access point will be able to provide the PoE power at endpoint. Okay. Currently we sell only one single pad. Okay. Later on we're going to put two into one package, so easy for installer. They grab it and they install. Okay, so yeah, around Q4 we're going to put those two into one kit, and then simply just tell them, just set up and then get the power. Finish. Okay, this one, yeah. So this is also our solution for longer distance. Okay, the end. So why Edimax? Edimax provides 3-year new replacement warranty. Simple. Whenever your customer come to you, something wrong, just replace a new one with them and come back to us. We replace a new one with you. Simple. Then secondly, we have a 1300 number. They can always answer your question or your customer questions. And then we have a local warehouse over here. Okay. And then try to remember what's the difference. Previously, we always tell everyone we are PoE Plus or PoE Plus. Yes, we still. And then, but currently, we release version 2. We tell everyone that we offer the 200 meters long range PoE distance. So we try to upgrade our products and then with same price but better functionality and the features. So please remember, all Edimax PoE can do PoE Plus, and our dump switch. With all the range we are going to release to here one by one, they can do 200 meters long range PoE distance. Okay, this solution probably just only Edimax so far, but later on we will see many vendors to follow up. Okay, that's it. Sure. Do you have any questions? Okay, I have one giveaway. So just first one to raise their hand and answer my questions. So I'm going to give you this 5-pole PoE switch with special feature 200 meter longer PoE distance. My question is very simple, so you need to be fast, okay? Okay. how many this device? This is the PoE extender, right? How many devices can Daisy Chen?
Got it. Two.
Raise your hand, raise your hand.
Bill can, I think, that's first on that.
Thank you. Yeah.